What's up, YouTube? It's Damien J. This is actually a bonus to the morning drive because I already taped it this morning. This is my day 2 review of Pramiracetam, the nootropic. I tried some things to make it taste better. It won't. That stuff tastes awful. Doesn't matter what you mix with it. It tastes disgusting. I had mentioned the first day, just a brief overview, how I didn't feel anything and I didn't know if it was worth the 60 bucks. So I wanted to do an update because that same day I went home and I started working on some math homework. And it's dummy math, but I have problems with stuff like graphing and things like that because I can't get it through my head. And then the long division of multi-polynomials, I guess that's what they call it. I don't know. And I was having problems with that stuff. And I take my course through that Alex program. That's like a school math program that kind of quizzes you on stuff. And every once in a while it drops assessments and it makes you do shit over. But anyway, I'd gotten to a point where there was something that was really fucking hard and it was bugging the shit out of me. And I was trying to learn it and I couldn't learn it. And I was getting pissed off and I was going to, YouTube and watching videos on it. And finally I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna have a beer, I'm gonna have a kickback, watch some TV, and go to bed. So I had a beer, watched a little TV. Like I said, I went to sleep. Well, I kind of had a bit of a restless sleep. Like I slept like a baby for, I might have to check my Fitbit and see what the exact time was, but I had slept like a baby for like the first 4 hours of rest. I got up, I had to pee, which always sucks. You know how that is in the middle of the night, you gotta go take a leak and it wrecks your sleep. Well, sure enough, it wrecked my sleep because I was kind of tossing and turning. I was asleep, but I was still kind of, restless and bumping around and shit. It was kind of annoying. And in and out of my sleep, I kept having dreams of those math problems that I couldn't figure out. And I kept having dreams about them, and I had dreams that I was doing the equation right. It was just the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest feeling where I felt like I was getting all the answers right in my head. So I woke up that morning and I wrote down a couple of the problems that were in my head, and the answers were right. And then I jumped straight into my computer. I was like, well, let me see if I'm right, because it holds your position where you were. And I went in and I typed in the answer, and it was the right answer. So I don't know if that's a direct effect of the Pramiracetam. I take some stuff before I go to bed. I take glutamine and ZMA. Glutamine usually helps me sleep fairly well. It's just been cold in New Mexico, man. So like I have like one of those bed warmers, blankets, and it keeps me warm. But like for some reason, my feet like to be cold. I don't know what it is. My feet like to be cold, so I'll pull the blanket up. Well, I guess I'll pull the blanket up so much that it'll actually end up above my waist. And like I don't sleep with fucking pants on. I sleep with either my drawers or I wear some jammer jams. And like my whole body, my whole fucking lower half of my body will be cold, and that's usually why I gotta piss. Is because the fucking cold is shrinking my bladder to the size of a peanut. So I gotta get up and piss, and then I just can't go to bed because now the bed is super hot, and I don't want to fucking turn it down because the house is cold but the bed is hot. It's just drama. So, like I said, I was tossing and turning, and I don't know. But that next morning, I wasn't sure, because a lot of people say that it should be something that you use before, and some people claim that it has a cumulative effect. The majority of people say that you use it when you need it. Okay, so I'm trying the hypothesis, I guess you would say, of the cumulative effect. So this is actually my 3rd day. Yesterday was my 2nd day. I didn't feel any different. Like I said, my speech patterns, I've been watching some of my videos since then, and I still pause. I still have my comfort words, which is the and I do that a lot. So I don't know, man. So far I haven't got any headaches, but the choline bitrate is supposed to ebb that effect of the headache. So I know I felt a little achiness in my head, but it wasn't anything where you'd be like, oh, I need to cut this shit out or else I'm gonna be hurting. So it wasn't anything like that. So far I don't know if there's a marked improvement. Today's going to be the real test. I had some. I took my third batch, and today will be the real test, because what I'm going to try to do today is I got some flashcards that I put together. I could say this, maybe this is an effect of it too, but I got a lot done yesterday too. Like, I was really focused, because I managed to get in a few hours on my math program, maybe 2 or 3 hours. Like, I'm ahead of the class, because you're only supposed to do 6 hours a week, and I'm probably 6 hours ahead of the class. So I managed to get 3 hours of that in. I wrote my entire speech, and I got all those flashcards, which was probably, I want to say maybe 35 flashcards, and I got all that stuff together, and I was really focused, and I did those things back to back, and they're very different things. Usually I need to take a break, you know, to almost switch gears, if you will, between one task to another. Like, what I usually do is I'll go take a walk around campus. Like, I'll do some work, I'll take a walk, sit down again, do some more work, go around, take a walk, have a snack, grab some water, you know, do little things. I just did these 3 things like back to back, like no rest. I'm eating while I'm doing my work. And another thing that's actually kind of, you know what, I think it does improve your focus, because before, if the TV would be on, when I was doing math that first night, normally when the TV is on, I'll kind of drift over to the TV. The TV was on, and they were showing the Key and Peele Super Bowl edition, which I had wanted to watch, but I was so deep into the math at the time, I wasn't paying attention to it. Like, I looked up, and I think I caught the Ron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers was on it, and it was pretty funny, because they were doing the East and West names again, but they were doing like a Super Bowl edition. It was pretty funny, but I was able to kind of like not, because usually when there's a TV on, I don't know how you guys are, but when a TV comes on, my attention just goes, They call it a boob tube for a reason, and I'll just fucking boob out, dude. I'm just like, oh, drool, and watch that. I managed to keep focused, so while that whole stuff was going on, while I was doing math yesterday, I was doing my math, I did my speech, I did all that stuff, I started the PowerPoint, all that stuff's going on. I was actually listening to comedy. I was listening to my comedy channel on Pandora, which is like Bill Burr and Hannibal Buress, you know, all the guys that I told you that I love. I feel bad I didn't mention Chris Rock, because Chris Rock is fucking awesome. That dude has not put out a bad comedy special. I don't like the one where it goes back and forth between the different places that he did. What was that? I want to say it was Kill the Messenger. I didn't like the premise of him getting the laughs in all 3 places. Like, I get it, because it was like, it's kind of like, I don't know how to put it. It's kind of like he's showing that his stuff is universal. I felt like that's how they filmed it. It just, to me, it was just kind of a nuisance to hear it over and over again. It was like hearing a fucking Funkmaster Flex remix, like fucking Funk Flex, 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 DJ Clue, Clue, Clue. You know, it's like, I don't need it. So I was able to listen to that and be able to focus on that at the same time, which is usually tough for me. I'll usually turn it off, and I'll usually turn it off whenever I'm doing something, or if I really need to focus, or if I'm Googling stuff or anything like that, because I really feel like I was able to multitask better. I think that would be the best way to describe it. I was very focused on multitasking, and I like it. I mean, if that's what it does, it's not bad, but hopefully we'll get a chance to see if it does something for my long-term memory. And you know, the math assessments will help, because it's been hitting me up with a bunch. He was supposed to turn those off, but I think it's because I'm so close to being done with the curriculum. They're dropping more often now to make sure that I remember all the older stuff that I've already gone over. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully it does boost the long-term memory like they say it does. I'd hate to think that fucking I bought some snake oil for 60 bucks, man. I think that's the reason why so many people say at work online is because they don't want to be the fucking one guy who spent 60 bucks who goes, getting fucking work. So I guess maybe it might be mental. I'm like starting to think about it, like, fuck, $60 for, and I'm serious, man, it's a tiny bag. When you get the bag, like normally whenever I buy supplements, they come in, you know, these big boxes, like from ProSource, even bulk supplements. They usually ship USPS, which shame on you fuckers. You guys make enough money to send that shit UPS. Don't send it through fucking snail mail, you assholes. But anyway, neither here nor there. It came in my mailbox. That and the choline bitrate, it came in a little tiny UPS fucking priority mail bag. And I even when I grabbed the bag out of the mailbox, I was like, oh, fuck, dude. Like, never has $100 weighed so little. Like, it was so unsatisfying. How the weight was just so unsatisfying. I don't know. You know how, like, in your mind you correlate the worth of something by how heavy it is? Like when you go buy like a piece of art or something, like, you know, the simple people like me pick it up and they're like, oh, it's heavy, it must be worth a lot of money because it's heavy, and it's just a fucking piece of lead and you're a dumbass, you know. 2-pound hunk of lead for fucking $100. So anyway, when I pulled it out, I was just like, oh man, this is really light, and I don't know. So, you know, I don't know, man. I hope I'm not a fucking idiot for doing that. The true test will be really when I do my retest for CrossFit, because I'm going to use it for that too, because that's in 2 weeks, and I feel like I'm going to use this shit every day. I'm going to use some fucking during the course, because you max out, I think it's, you can take up to 600 milligram a day. So I'm going to take fucking 2 or 3 doses. I'm going to take 2 or 3 doses the fucking day before and the day of, and I'm going to study. But those 2 days, especially the day before and the day of that test, I'm gonna crush some of that shit, because I'm gonna see, because I can't afford to fucking fail that test. I was laughing today, we were at a thing and everybody saw my shirt and they're like, oh, is that from the course? I was like, yeah, this is my $1,000 t-shirt. Because that's what it ends up being, is a $1,000 t-shirt if you fail the fucking test. Fucking $1,000. My constantly varied high intensity functional movement, which was a question. They give you this shirt, but they don't tell you not to wear it for the test, which is funny, because I was thinking the day before, and my common sense told me, you know what, you probably shouldn't wear this test day, because somebody will be fucking reading your shirt and getting a free answer. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And it's funny because all the definition based stuff I got 100 on. Like I said, I got 300s, 270s, and a 40. And I don't know. I'm gonna study real hard on the 3 that I did, and then kind of gloss over the things. I think it's because I just didn't look at enough of the pictures. Because there was a lot of, well, I don't want to say what was on the test, but yeah, there was a lot of things that I could have done better. So, you know, it's my fault. The sun's really fucking poking through the clouds right now. But that was my update. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. I got 24 subscribers, man. It's not bad for my first it's 32 days now of videos, and I've put out at least a video a day. Official videos, I've only got 22, but I've got, you know, I got probably 31 videos there, these fucking random rants of mine. So I hope they enjoy. I hope you get something out of it. I hope you know, you can cut me off, that's fine. I know I'm a fucking long-winded piece of shit, but if I could help at least one person, hey, you know, by fucking ranting, because honestly, this is therapeutic for me to be able to just fucking talk on YouTube. So if there's any of you out there that, you know, just fucking need to talk, YouTube's a great place to do it, man, because, you know, 24 subscribers to hear me fucking rant about fucking horse shit all day, that's not too bad. And I figure if I keep doing it, hey, if I get 24 a month, man, next 5 years, I could be the next old Philly D or Dom Mazzetti, man. You know, started from the bottom, now we're here. I'm an idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. Anyway, buckle up. Have a good one.